Hi, and welcome to Country Cooking and Living. As you can see, this is one of the spots at the lake. It looks nice, but in reality, you have to think about the role of kids and people with health problems. So, this looks really nice, but for somebody that's like 3 years old or 6 years old, those rocks are dangerous. Yes, there's a little bit of shade from this tree, but it doesn't cover, as you can see, much shade. Kids don't like doing that. You do have the walkway of the spill out, but the problem is that yes, they could play tag and stuff or something like that, but the problem is there's still rocks and the ledges and everything else. This would be suitable for more like the teenagers or adults, but not small kids. You can't really run around, and as you go further in, the ledges of these rocks are dangerous for kids. As you can see, it's very, very dangerous. So, as you can see, this is not an option. I will be going around the lake to show you what spots would be good and what spots won't be. As you can see, there's a spot way over there and a spot over there, a couple spots along, and I'm going to be looking at a few of them, showing the do's and don'ts. And that looks like it is the dock over there. So this is a spot that I would not choose for children, but for adults and teenagers that are actually going to be fishing, this would work. So until the next lake spot, I will see you then. Welcome back to Country Cooking and Living. Here's another spot. This spot is actually pretty good for quite a bit of reasons for kids and on. As you can see, the lake goes along this part, and over here you can fish along this line up on the bank. You throw out your poles over by the rock area and you can sit. There's a path. This would be good for having the older people and adults going out there and fishing, and kids would like to go and play here. It's got some shallowness so that they could swim if the lake is allowing that. This also is a good place for fishing. Also, because of right in here where the trees are, you can get catfish and bass. This is also suitable for kids to ride bikes. And you can have dogs. There's a picnic table right here. I would provide my own tables too. And as you can see, there's a fireplace right here. And another fireplace right here. And there's tree for shade, but it will go out of shade and in shade because of the simple fact of the time of day. But as you can see, you can still ride bikes and stuff. You can set up dogs right in here or wherever, and you can have it where the kids can play football or whatever on this, or throw balls and stuff. It's actually pretty good for kids of most ages. Little kids should always be watched, of course. And it's really nice and calm here. And there's plenty of fish usually around out there. And there's a feeder right there and another feeder over there. So that'd be perfect for fishing. This spot is actually decent for kids and adults. My kids and me have done it here. Ethan likes to find toads and frogs over in this area, and you can bring dogs and stuff. You can set up things. It's not bad. There's other spots that are not as good, but it's got everything that you need. The shade area for kids to run around and play with their bikes and play, sports. There's enough room for a family and a, plus, and there's enough room to go up on the bank and fish up there too. So we'll go to a break and I'll show you another spot. Welcome back to Country Cooking and Living. Here's another spot. As you can see, I'm going to show you first. Now that's good for bass fishing and all that, right in there. And if you go down, there's rocks that are good for making fishing poles out, but I would use it to catch bait fish. And if you see, there's area where bass would fish. There's a lot of rocks here, and it does go deep suddenly, so you have to be very, very careful. And if you go out that way, there's more brush where the catfish and bass like to fish. But this is a very rocky area. With this type of fishing and this type of stuff that you're going to be doing, 12 years and up is about what they can do. So anything younger I wouldn't do myself, because if you see, there's plenty enough area for people to park campers and do canopies and all kinds of other stuff, but it's not got a whole lot of shade, like none at all. There is a fire pit, and a fish just jumped. And you can run around and play and everything else with kids. You can throw a ball, play football, ride your bikes. You can put campers and things like that, but you have to have a canopy or some sort of shade. There's no way that you can do it otherwise. I would not do this at nighttime myself, but 12 years and up is what I would say, because you can cast out. And over here, besides the fire pit, you can have your dogs and stuff like that here. But you still have to find some sort of way of shade. Right here is a pathway that you can go down and put your poles in or just cast out. This is basically for older kids. Nobody younger. I wouldn't do it anything past 12 years or before 12 years. There's a lot of brush, boat ramps over there, so you can always take a boat out. But as you can see, this area is got plenty of space for riding and playing ball and everything else for kids. But there's just no shade. So I will see you in a minute at another spot. This is the second part of the other area that I was talking about. This is my favorite spot because of this right here. You can put a camper up there if you wanted, or a bunch of cars, and you can put up another couple tables if you wanted. There is a table up there. There is a fire pit over there. But as you can see, this is why right here. You got shade. You got lower fishing. You got bait fish area. And you got plenty of room for the kids to run around. You can have your dogs. You can do everything, bikes and everything else. And you got shade. And over here, past the tables, is a walking path in the wood area. And you can hear quail. You can go walk down there and play, or you can go to the bathroom. Some people do that. But that spot over there is more for adults because it drops down. But this is more for the kids because, as you can see, it's got an area that's shallow for kids. Yes, you have to walk and have a couple steep spots, but it's kind of like walking down the stairs. There's another path. I'll show you in a second. This is where you can get decent stuff. That's bass area. Out this is catfish area still too. You can get catfish and bass. You can get the bait fish, as you've seen in the videos. And crawfish here. And it goes all the way down to that other area. So, as you can see, it's really nice. It's got lots of shade. But this is where I like to go because the kids can fish, get bait fish, crawfish. You can get catfish out there, bass over here too. You can get pretty much anything in this area. You can get bait fish. Like I said, I know I'm repeating myself, but this is pretty much what we can do. And as you can see, there's another path. The butterflies are going everywhere. But this area, I would say, is more for adults right here because of the rocks. I would not let anybody 12 and younger over this area because although you can catch bass and catfish or whatever, this is why. You gotta drop. And little kids shouldn't be in this area. But as you can see, this is perfect for kids and families. And like I said, there's a path that leads out. So, this is the last of the areas to pick and choose from that I decided to show you. The pros and cons, and the areas that I would choose for families, depending on their ages. And I hope this helps. It doesn't have to be exactly like this, but it should have some stuff that's on a checklist that you should make. Be it shade or not, an area for kids to run around, bikes and all that if you want to. It's up to you, but you, as the parent or anybody that's doing this with kids, you need to figure out what works for your family. And this is a great way of doing it. Having it where they get to run around and have their animals, and it's a big enough area for the grandparents and the uncles and the aunts to come down. But it gives you an idea of, as you can see, it's perfect for all the things that I have on my list. Each lake's different, but it gives you an idea and I hope this helped. So peace, love, and hope. Until next time, take care. Hi, and welcome back to Country Cooking and Living. This spot is a two-part spot. This will be one spot. And as you can see, there's plenty of room for kids to play, run. There's coverage. There's trees. You can bring your dog down. As you can see, this is the perfect spot for families. You can put a camper here. You can put canopies. You can put more tables. You can have cars and trucks. It's really nice. It's a two-part because up here, you can go up more. And that's another spot up there, and I'll show you that in a minute. That's my favorite spot. I don't go there often, but as you can see, there's plenty of running around area. There's plenty of fishing area. This spot is usually taken when we come down here. I'm surprised it didn't this time. There is a fire pit, and as you can see, the bank goes down so nicely and smoothly that kids can be in there. If you're going to a lake that actually allows the swimming, then you can do that. This lake does not allow swimming. It has leeches in it. But you can see that there's an area where you can bass fish. Catfish like to come along in here all the time. You can get you can get bait fish, but it's not as easy as down there. But as you can see, it's nice. There's plenty of area for the kids to fish, you to fish, have your dogs. See, there's rocks that you can go on to get bait fish. Kids can run around, play football or pass a ball or just about anything. They can ride bikes. It's of all ages. So I will let you go and talk to you in the next part.